I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come.
Should I call you mister? Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
Don't trust China. China is asshole.
You are gay. You are gay.
I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. 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 I'm gonna come. 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 Come.
I didn't come in your burrito.
We got women in space, guys. It's a big week. Right, Kate?
Yeah. Super cool.
Women, we got 6 women in space. I think the whole thing's fucking fake.
It's...
Did you see that the video of after the capsule landed, Jeff Bezos walks up to it to unlock the door, and they already opened the door, and they shut it real quick, and then had Jeff Bezos come over with a tool and pretend like he opened the door?
No, I did not.
It's wild. Well, okay. www.terribleperson.co. Go there, sign up for the premium episodes. Also, find us on Patreon. Less people on Patreon, more people just signing up through terribleperson.co. So thank you, everyone. Big announcement before we get into ladies in space and all the happenings of the world that we're going to get into. I need to fill everyone in that on Saturday evening, around 7 p.m., I guess Mountain Time, Arizona time, I will be on Fox 10, Phoenix, doing an 8-minute segment with my friend, Nick Johnson. And let me just tell you,
Noise.
Completely unhinged. Remember the picture of the cloud I showed you? I brought up the cloud.
The handprint cloud?
I brought up the cloud, and I said, put this on the TV. I sent it to the producer. I said, put it on the TV. Clouds are weird, huh? What's going on in Arizona?
Yeah, what's with all the weird weather
What's with
lately?
all the weird weather? And I basically... I cannot wait to see what the segment turns into. I might cut. I'm going to record it and make like a super cut.
Yeah.
Because it got wild. I even plugged our podcast.
Nice.
I said, yeah, my wife, Kate, and I on our podcast, Terrible Person, were discussing the clouds in Arizona. So I really sold the podcast as being super interesting. Yeah, we were getting into cloud talk.
Yeah, we're pretty much astronomist.
Yeah, but we started on Coachella, and I realized my attitude on Coachella was fucking Coachella sucks.
Well, I mean, it does.
Yeah.
That's not a wrong attitude to
Right.
have. I
And
feel
then-
like even the people that are there right now are like, this sucks.
Nobody's having fun. You have about 2 hours of really enjoying a music
Or I guess
festival.
not there right now, but that were there over the weekend and that are going to be there again this weekend.
Yeah, but I didn't do a good job articulating that point, and I just sounded like an old guy complaining about music festivals. So I changed the subject to clouds. Anyway,
What did you... Well, I guess you can't spoil it for the people that want to watch.
7
but-
p.m. I think
I thought you said 8.
No, I said 7.
Okay.
100% said 7. And go, let's see, I think you can stream it on Fox 10 Phoenix's
Like,
website.
will we be able to watch
I'm
it?
probably going to have to stream it. But if you live in the greater Phoenix area,
can watch it.
get it. But if you don't, which I'm assuming most of you guys do not, I'm going to put on Instagram a link to it. And what I want you to do is I want you to get on social media, and after it happens, say, wow, Grant, Pomo, and Kitsch killed it on Saturday Spin or whatever the segment's called. Really hype me up, guys. I need some help. I'm putting it out in the universe, sending the dragons out, do some work, you know?
My dragons.
My dragons.
Ah.
You and I almost played Mario Kart with one of the dragons this weekend.
We did?
Yeah, he hit me up on Instagram and was like, are you guys on live?
Weren't we out, though, doing something?
I think we missed it, but we could have been playing with one of the dragons. We need to get, when the Switch 2 if it ever comes out.
Yeah, if it ever
And
comes to America.
comes to America, we need to get the terrible...
Wouldn't that be so wild if, like, they're just like, yeah, no, we're just not going to ship it to, like, the U.S. market.
I would book a trip to Japan, and that would be how we get it. I'd be like, Kate, we got to go to Japan. Actually, we could probably get one.
Honestly, I'd be like, okay.
We gotta pay $25,000 to get this Switch. It's gonna be totally worth it.
So, I didn't realize this, but apparently, like, a whole bunch of countries are like requiring like visas now for like U.S. to go there.
Oh, really? Like travel visas?
Yeah. Like, well, I mean, I guess this has been happening since 2024, so this isn't technically new news. It happened in like November, I think, of 2024, so it's kind of new-ish.
Well, that's bullshit. Do we
anyways,
need visas to get into?
No, I don't think so, because we're staying there for like less than, I think it's like 60 days or something like that,
Kate
or whatever.
and I are doing a riverboat cruise of Israel, Israel to Gaza. Just
That'd be a really short riverboat cruise.
Riverboat.
I don't even think there is a river there.
It's like one of the
Just
old,
like a dry boat,
like Queen Mary style riverboat gambling, like on Ozark.
Oh my gosh.
It's just cigarette smoke and foreigners there.
Anyways, what was I saying?
You were talking about visas.
Oh, yeah. So Brazil now is like, it's about reciprocity or some shit, but they're requiring you to pay like $80. And then they're also requiring you to like get some sort of special visa just to literally like go on vacation there.
I mean, are you mad at Brazil though? Brazil can't help it that it's a beautiful country.
Oh, that was another thing. It's like they also need you to provide proof that you have at least $2,000 in your bank account.
Shit.
By giving like your last 3 bank statements and or like your last 6 pay stubs. I'm like, what?
I hate to break it to the terrible person listeners, but I will not be allowed entrance into Brazil anytime in the near future. Just me.
They were like, we need, because apparently that's what the U.S. does. They like have like require them to show proof that they can like pay for the trip.
What?
I'm like,
oh, they don't get stranded.
I guess.
But shouldn't you just need a round trip ticket? That should be enough.
That's what I mean. It's like, well, if you already have, like, most of the time when you're traveling, like, you already have a lot of shit booked before you go. Like, if you're staying at a hotel, that's usually already pre-booked. Your flight, pre-booked. Right. So I'm not really, yeah.
I think here's
so I guess I won't be going to Brazil. Yeah, long story short.
Me either. Here's for 2 different reasons. 1, financial. 2,
that seems like a whole lot of fucking hoops to jump through to go to some fucking shanty town. Whoa, sorry.
Aren't shanties in like Jamaica?
No, I think they can be anywhere.
I just remember that lyric from Ross Trent. Rude boy chilling in the shanty dorm.
Yeah, can't they be like, isn't that just like a word for like,
I think so.
Not nice.
Rinky dink.
Shitty. There, I'll use that instead.
Yeah, you shitty Brazil with all your beautiful landmarks and your statue of Jesus that I want to see so bad in person.
No, you don't.
I don't. I have no interest.
I want to see the dilapidated Olympics buildings.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
So we brought it up earlier, but we got women in space now. We got
so that's what's important.
We got space astronaut women, and everybody's mad because they're like, they're not fucking astronauts. And they're not. No. They rode a ride.
Well, one of them is Katy Perry.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that should be proof enough.
And Katy Perry, by how she handled herself on the thing, I'm going to say she's...
I will say that I didn't watch any of their actual flight. No. I watched the part where they were, like, I guess, walking up to the thing where they like ring the bell and walk out on the platform.
Here's the thing. It costs it's $1 million a minute basically to do that trip.
Okay.
And they must have split it up, you know. That's why it's so expensive.
So it's like $2 million each or whatever.
Sure. Yeah, something like that. So they get up there and they're in the anti-gravity portion of the the trek. Mm-hmm. They say, "Ladies, you're free to move about the cabin." Mm-hmm. And everybody goes, "Ah!" And they say, "Women take up space," or some shit like that. For real. That's what they said. Take up space. Ugh. I hate it. And then Katy Perry floats in front of the camera and holds a flower up.
She's like, Daisy.
And she sang "What a Wonderful World," but like she spent her time in front of a fucking camera, not looking out the window. And you're like, what's the point? Are you that self-centered that you think that like take dude, like understand that there are cameras in there, and maybe throw up a peace sign and be like,
but it's like most people like would never be allowed that opportunity,
right?
So it's
and
like
you're just pissing it away
and you're just fucking
being like, this daisy I brought from the earth.
Dumb.
I mean,
I'm glad I didn't watch it. That would probably just piss me off. I would have been like, this is so annoying. I, for the first time in my life, can say that I agree with Emily
Ratajkowski,
whatever, where she's like, this is disgusting. What a waste of resources. And I agree. If it's $12 million to fucking put those bitches in space, that was stupid.
And who cares?
Right. It's like they did a fucking Vogue cover, probably a 20 fucking page spread about like, what were you feeling when you first got the news? It's like, who cares?
Yeah, I think that's if you would have told me Gayle King, Katy Perry, Jeff Bezos' wife, and 3 other ladies went up into space,
I'd be like, I don't know who any of these people are except Katy Perry and Jeff Bezos' girlfriend.
I would listen to you.
Lady friend.
I would listen to you tell the story, and I would go, "Oh, that's cool that they did that." But the fact that it was a media event,
right, and just like all the press around it, and like,
I want to know.
It was like a waste of everybody's time. What else was happening?
Yeah, I want to know.
They were distracting.
I want to know what Middle Eastern city is no longer there because they're like, guys,
we know something happened.
We got to send Gayle King into space. Do you know?
And have Katy Perry singing fucking "What a Wonderful World" in front of a camera.
Gayle King is Oprah's friend, right?
I don't know.
That's the only.
I don't know.
I mean, the most relatable part of the whole thing was Gayle King ringing the bell and being like, "Fuck."
Like the look on her face.
She was not stoked.
No.
Which, I mean, the anxiety and the fear obviously would be pretty intense. But probably. I think if you were able to just sit down and just let that go, you imagine taking mushrooms and getting on the fucking rocket.
No.
Be like, oh!
I'd probably throw up everywhere. Projectile vomit.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Happy 420, everyone. It's good. This episode comes out on Good Friday.
Nice.
And we're going to make it the best Friday. Playing all the hits. I was doing a bit at work today. And we've done it before. But let's say we're Grant and Kate in the morning.
Okay.
I was just doing inappropriate phoners.
Mm-hmm.
Because, a song will come on and be like, oh, this song, what song makes you feel good? And I was like, hey, it's Grant and Kate in the morning, 7:10, just after, we got something coming up. We're getting into songs that make your wet, ladies. Give us a call.
What would be your song?
Peace Train by Cat Stevens. Peace Train.
And mine would be Birthday Sex.
Yours would be the birthday song.
Birthday Sex by Jeremiah. Is that his name?
I don't know. I've only...
Birthday Sex.
That song get you going?
I mean, I guess.
More than Cat Stevens' Peace Train? Do you know Cat Stevens' Peace Train?
I don't think I've ever heard it.
Peace Train, come. I want to play it, but I don't want to get demonetized for playing a shitty Cat Stevens song. It's not a song that makes people's wet.
Penis is wet?
Penis is wet. My penis doesn't get wet when I hear Cat Stevens. I can't think of a band or musical artist that makes my penis wet.
Yeah, like, have you ever been like the type of person where you're like, I need to put on some tunes to help like set the mood?
No.
Me either.
No, because the thing is,
too many other things to worry about.
Yeah, and it's cool to have some jams when you're not controlling. I have a couple stories here. One, it's impossible for me to have music on and not be analytical about whatever's happening in the music. Because it's just like, it's like wearing a blanket. If music's on, you know what I mean? You can have sex with the blanket on, you can have sex with the blanket off. It's just one of those things like, when music is on, I'm like, damn, dude, I don't like that fill that guy just did there.
I see.
He should have gone
like you're too into the music
into
the sex.
No, it's just a thing that distracts me from sex.
No, I get it.
So yeah, maybe we should start putting on music for sex, so I can, perform a little better.
Your piss poor performance.
my mediocre performance.
It's okay.
It's just sometimes I get too excited. It all happens so fast. I just wake up. How did I get here?
You're like, whoa.
I blacked out for 90 seconds.
And came everywhere.
Oh, why am I? It's like it's the mushroom feeling. Oh.
Did we talk about your nightmare that you had the other night?
No.
The nightmare fight?
I don't think so. I'm glad you brought that up. That's good. Yeah, I had a. Yeah, I think we. No, we didn't. I talked about it with Peyton, and she. I don't know how she felt about it because I didn't really tell her a story. But anyway, I was in a hotel, and I don't know where you were. I was just by myself, and all my shit was in the lobby of the hotel.
Yeah.
Which was weird. And then I was getting suits tailored. Mm-hmm. And I kept going up to the lady and being like, are my suits available to try on yet? She was like, no.
Not ready.
And so I got progressively more upset. And then I ended up using some language. And I called her a name. Pretty cutting. And then
what was the name?
I think I started saying I was like, are you fuck? And then I was like talking to people in the lobby, like I was getting other people involved. I was like, this here is fuck. And then I finally just screamed it at her. And apparently when I screamed it in the dream, because it was hard to get my words out in the dream, like when you try and run in the dream.
Yes.
Yeah, Kate's distracted right now, guys, just so you know.
No, I'm not. I know exactly what you mean when you try to run in the dream.
Yeah, and so when I was trying to talk, it was that feeling. And then I apparently yelled it in real life and woke Caitlin up.
You didn't yell it. We made this really weird, disturbing moaning sound.
But it must have been loud. Because
I
I woke myself up doing it.
You were like, "Ooh!"
Yeah.
And I'm like, ugh.
And then you kicked me as hard as you could.
Yeah, because it just annoyed the fuck out of me. Because it was one of those nights where, because we're in this like bad habit where we like fall asleep on the sofa and then we like wake up and it's like 1:30 in the morning and then we go to bed. So we need to stop doing that. But anyways, It was one of those nights where that happened. And then so Grant and I are in bed and then it always takes me like a little bit to like settle back down again. So I like watch TV in bed and then usually fall asleep like with the TV on or whatever.
Right.
And this night I was like getting really sleepy. I had like drifted off when I was watching something. So I turn off the TV and like I'm literally at that point where I'm about to fall asleep. And then that's exactly when you like made that moaning sound. And I'm just like, fuck you.
Yeah. So I just went up. I just got up and went to work.
And then, yeah, he was like all pissy with me.
No, I wasn't all pissy.
A little bit.
I just was like, don't.
I did call to apologize, though.
I know
so don't
you did.
worry, everyone.
I know.
I was like, sorry, Granty. And he's like, it's okay.
It's okay, my beautiful. I understand. You need your rest.
And then I just told him that women need more sleep than men.
Yeah.
We need our beauty
And
rest,
I go,
ladies.
well, go to sleep then.
And I was like, don't tell me how to live my life.
And I said, okay, I'm going to work.
And I said, bye, bitch.
Have a great day. Yeah.
We're over it now, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was annoyed. I think it was just, I'm sorry I kicked you. That wasn't very nice. But I was just annoyed because I was about, like, on the verge of falling asleep.
Kate got wound up the other night, and I was able to diffuse the situation with humor. I was tickled by that.
What was I don't even know what situation.
I just came up with a phrase that made me laugh, and it made you laugh enough that you were kind of not mad anymore.
What was it?
It was the dishwasher situation, and you gave me some dishes. You just took over, and I was like, "What are you doing?" I got the dishes, and then you just hand me shit. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with these? Apparently, you told me to put them in the dishwasher.
I did.
But I was just standing there.
I said, I need you to load them.
Because I got flustered, And then when you started getting real,
you just stand there like an idiot with fucking pots
and
in your
you
hands.
started snapping at me, and I go, I'm sorry, babe, I didn't hear you say that. You were just over here honking at me.
Because that's pretty funny.
Everybody I told about referring to getting like yelled at as honking, it's so funny.
Why?
I don't know. It made all the married guys laugh. I told Nick about it, and he fell out of his chair. It's like, you told her she was honking at you. It is funny because you were just in a honking mood.
I was not.
Every once in a while, Kay just gets in these sassy honk moods where she's just like, honk. You didn't do honk.
So basically, you're saying you don't even listen to what I'm yelling at you for.
No, I listen,
you
but
just hear honking.
I also understand that you say things out of anger sometimes that may not be true because you can be very cutting and hurtful.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I don't mean to be.
Speaking of cutting and hurtful, I had a experience getting my hair cut this week. It was pretty wild.
Grant didn't like that.
Yeah, that lady got in my head a little bit. I basically got my hair cut by the Oracle from the Matrix. And it fucked my head.
Oh my God.
It fucked my head up. Because I walk in, and, I've been listening to all this, like, Carl Jung style philosophy and, descendants of his philosophies. Like, I've been listening to a lot of this stuff. And a lot of it is, like, you listen to your subconscious and, don't be overly available and you don't always need to be talking.
Yeah.
And I think the universe gave me a lesson in that getting my haircut this week, because I walk in and I immediately thought to myself when I sat down, there were 4 ladies who have cut my hair before and a new older black lady I've never seen before. And I sat down and I said, please, anyone but the older black lady.
Because you haven't worked.
I haven't worked with her. I don't know her. You know what I mean? You started. If you know what kind of haircut you're getting when you've returned. If you return. Mm-hmm. So I know all these ladies are good hair cuttery folks. So I'm.
My God! You call them stylists. Grant.
Stylists. So they're all terrific, really terrific stylists. And I am sitting there, and then I'm not making eye contact, and I see the black lady walk up to the counter, and she's like, Grant. And I was like, fuck. And then I stand up, and I see her outfit, and it's a very bright blue outfit with a nice, soft-looking sweater. Mm-hmm. And I go, oh, hi, how are you? And she's like, fine. And I say, I like your sweater. And she goes, okay.
It's such a weird response.
And then we walk back, and she says, how do you want your haircut? And I said, well, like the last time. And she's like, so you want a 4 guard or a half-inch guard? Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm sorry, I don't know the guard sizes. You're gonna have to talk to me in 1, 2, 3, 4 terms, because I know that on the sides it's a 4. Mm-hmm. And she's like, but is it a 4 with a guard? And I said, I don't know, and I'm not trying to be trite or rude or anything by just being blunt with you and saying I have no idea.
Yeah.
So we're off on this foot where it's awkward, and she was like, well, how high do you want your fade? And I said, I don't fucking know, just however high you generally do a fade sort of thing. And I said, this is my problem, and I pulled my hair out back here on the back, like right and left sides of my head, and I said, this puffs out like calicky, and I look like a clown. Mm-hmm. And she goes, your hair's not thick enough to be clown hair. And I, fuck, dude. Okay. Fair. It's not. That's not really what I was saying, though. And then she starts cutting, and she goes, who told you had clown hair? And I said, I mean, when it gets too long every day, me looking in the mirror. And she goes, you need to be nicer to yourself. And I just sat and looked at the floor. That was the end of the conversation. A half-hour haircut. 3 sentences.
What did you say after she said that?
I just was like, yeah, you're probably right. And I just looked at the floor and just let her cut my hair. I didn't look in the mirror. Normally I'm chatty Cathy when I'm getting a haircut.
Yeah.
But I felt like this was a lesson that I needed to learn. And it's, you don't need to make small talk with some people.
No.
You learn your lesson. You go, okay, fine. I got the okay when I complimented her sweater.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was thinking about it afterwards. Maybe she's a Jehovah's Witness and she found me attractive and she didn't want to, like,
Oh my God.
you know,
Yeah, I'm sure.
I was tempting. I was a temptress. Temptress, right? Not an S.
Yes.
I came in there in my
course.
fucking
You were a
basketball shorts. Medium sized penis just poking out.
Okay, that's weird.
What?
So remember how I told you I went
you
phone
weren't-
case
You
broke?
weren't commenting on my penis being weird.
No, I don't think you have a weird penis.
Thanks, babe. All right, continue. Today?
It's nice, and the skin is very soft on it. No, so remember how I told you today that I broke my phone case is broken.
Uh-huh.
I have a really old phone. I have an iPhone 12 mini, so yeah.
And it works fine. It does exactly what you need it to do.
It's fine for now. Like I'm not planning on getting a new phone until like after we go on our honeymoon at least. Like maybe later this year, maybe not. Just I guess it depends on how expensive iPhones are at that point. But anyways, so I went to Target to get a new phone case.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have any phone cases for an iPhone 12 mini. And so I'm like searching around forever, it felt like. And then so after probably like almost 20 minutes of looking, I'm like, all right, they don't fucking have any. I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm leaving and I bump into my parents, which that was fun. But anyways, I was like, okay, well, they have them online. Like it says they have them online. So I just like placed the order online.
Yeah.
And I got a notification from Target saying my order's ready for pickup.
Wow. Incredible.
So why didn't I find them in my like almost 20 minutes of searching?
I don't know.
Do they not have them out on
No,
the
they probably
floor?
have it back in stock, and they probably just they use stores like warehouses now
It's just annoying.
for online shipments.
It's annoying.
I'm trying to decide, do you think I should get that weed tonight?
If you're worried that it's not going to be on sale tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess.
But
I just hate having an errand like late in the day. I don't answer the phone after the sun goes down either.
is that like a new rule you've made up?
No.
Or
No. I've got a lot of new rules, but that is not one of them.
okay, what is one of your new rules?
Rule number 1.
Okay.
I got nothing.
Wow.
Something.
Riveting.
Maybe butthole joke.
Okay. All right.
Did you know, like, your butthole is the center of your being, according to some folks? Like, they think that's like the...
Like instead of like your heart or your brain, it's your
It's
butthole.
it's where your spirit lives. It's your butthole.
What do you think it is?
I don't think it's that.
I think it's your brain or your heart.
Is your butthole.
Because
My heart is my
your
butthole.
heart controls like all the blood going to all the parts of your body. So I guess ultimately it's your heart. Because without your heart,
But your brain
like
tells...
if you didn't have blood going to your brain, you'd be brain dead.
Your brain tells your heart to pump blood. Right? In one of its sympathetic systems that just runs automatically, the same one that tells you...
Sympathetic systems? Is that what it's called?
What are the ones that sympathetic... Let me look.
I don't remember. That was like tune out for me, I think, in school.
Yeah, the sympathetic nerve system. It handles stuff like fight or flight. I think it does do some shit with breathing. I don't know. Yeah, it regulates, or it's part of the central nervous system that regulates breathing, movement. I don't know. I'm no fucking scientist.
I ain't no fucking scientist.
I ain't Gail King. I ain't no astronaut. I ain't fit to be no astronaut. I don't want to go to space. I think, honestly, this solidifies my theory. I do think we never made it past the Van Allen belts.
I don't know what those are.
That's the cross radiation belts between, it's like radiation coming off the Earth and maybe the moon, or maybe something else, but it's these radiation belts that basically there's an X before you get to the moon that if you're in a rocket, you have to like cross through them. But that much radiation would
Kill you.
fuck your whole system up, fuck the spaceship up.
Yeah, but don't they put like anti-radiation shit inside of spacecraft?
Sure.
Because it's like, well, the rocket.
But then, yeah, let's take all
Fuel,
this shit
whatever.
we used to go to the moon and destroy it. You know, let's lose track of all that stuff and never go back after the
For
yeah.
at least 60 years.
Here's my theory. You know how in Zelda you get to a point where you are running and running and running and you get to a mountain and the mountain is just like a wall and you just keep running against the wall?
Mm-hmm.
I think the Van Allen belts are that. I think that's the edge of reality as we know it. And
Or do you think it's just the edge of our universe or whatever?
it's not the edge of our... I mean, it's between Earth and the moon. I just think Earth is its own...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I don't know if the universe is real. Perhaps it is.
Okay.
What do you mean? Why are you
Well,
giving
I
me
mean-
okay? You told me the other night, you said everything's fake. You said the Earth is flat. You said 9/11 didn't even happen.
I never said any of
You
that.
said, quote unquote, the World Trade Centers weren't even built in the 70s.
I never said any of those things.
I heard you.
Okay.
You were asleep. you were astral projecting into the realm, and you were like, Michelle Obama's a man.
Well, you mean Michael.
Michael. Shout out to Big Mike, longtime listener of the podcast.
He's the man.
Oh my God, we haven't done an episode since not Val Kilmer, Mickey Rourke got a little talking to on the set of Big Brother for referring to JoJo Siwa by a not so appropriate name in 2025.
Can't use that anymore.
Yeah.
Like at all.
So we'll probably discuss that on the premium. I feel like that's more premium level discussion if we didn't already just wrap it up there.
Yeah.
Kate's...
Sorry, my ear is getting sore from the headphone pressing
Well,
on it.
let's stop that. You've had your headphones on for 32 minutes.
I know. It was like on my ear weird. It hurts.
Okay, everybody. www.terribleperson.co. Go there, sign up for the premium. Also go to Patreon. And again, Saturday, 7 p.m., Fox 10 Phoenix. Your boy is going to be on there talking for 8 minutes with my friend Nick. And it's going to be... I don't want to be critical of it.
But it's going to be fun.
It'll be fun. We loosen up, and then it just becomes like a mess. And I'm like asking people to call in, knowing no one can call in. I'm like, we're opening up the phone lines. Let's get into it.
And then that's funny.
It's a mess. I'm excited to see it, but I don't really want to watch it with anyone. Maybe you.
I'll
That'd be
watch it
fun.
with you. I would like to watch
Yeah,
it.
so I'm going to post a link on my stories probably Saturday evening sometime to the website. So go there, please.
So will it be after it airs?
No, it'll be
Or, like,
live.
in live?
Yeah, live.
Or
It
in
might be,
real
I don't
time?
want to miss it, so I want to make sure I tell people to watch it. But also, yeah, and again, wherever you can, be like, we need more of that. If there's a comment section, be like, Grant and Nick killed it. Because eventually what would be sick, honestly, Grant and Kate on Fox 10 Saturday spin.
Oh my gosh.
Doing this, and it would be this, because we went in there and we were like, what are the rules? And they were like, oh, just talk. We're like, about what? And I said, does it need to be like topical? They're like, no,
So do you have to go to their studio?
it's all done in our studios.
I see.
But yeah, but I wish somebody would have told us beforehand, oh, you can just riff bits, because that would have been, we would have
Written
had setups and been a little bit more deliberate with it. But I think it turned out great. I'm excited. I like doing stuff with Nick. He's good.
I'm excited to see how it turned out.
But yeah, so everybody
Go watch it.
go watch it, and wherever you can comment or whatever you can do, just support. I'll cut that out. All right, bye guys.
Bye.